everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, Zero Trust, Zero Complexity, Security Built for the Way Businesses Work Today, hosted by Cloud.in. I'm Monica. Welcome you all on this Wednesday afternoon for this session. We all know that the modern workplace has completely transformed. Employees are logging in from anywhere, data is scattered across multiple clouds, and the traditional network parameter has essentially vanished. While this flexibility is fantastic for the business, it has also made cybersecurity incredibly complex. That is why we are here today. We want you to move past the hype and talk about how our organization can achieve robust, modern security without drowning in IT complexities. To take us through this journey, we have today Gagan Arora, our regional sales head, who brings in wealth of strategic insight into how businesses are successfully navigating modern risk landscapes. Along with him, we have Rutuja, a brilliant cloud consultant who will be diving into the practical architectural side of making zero trust a reality for your operations. Before we move on, I would request you all to be on silent mode, and we will be having a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the session. So feel free to drop in your questions in the chat box any point during the session. Over to you, Gagan.
Thank you, Monica. I hope I'm audible to everybody.
Yes, you are.
Perfect. Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for this webinar hosted by Cloud.in. My name is Gagan Arora, and I lead the regional sales for North and East India at Cloud.in. So joining me today is Rutuja Chaudhary, who happens to be a cloud consultant at Cloud.in. So today's session is focused on a topic that has become one of the most critical business conversations globally. The topic itself says zero trust, zero complexity, security built for the way businesses work today. Now, when many organizations hear the term zero trust, they immediately think expensive transformation, enterprise-only frameworks, complex tools, and difficult implementation. But the reality is very different. Modern businesses, especially the SMBs and growing enterprises, need security. That is, simple to manage, cloud ready, remote work friendly, especially after COVID, and scalable without operational burden. So this webinar is designed to show why traditional security models are failing, what zero trust actually means in practical terms, and how businesses can adopt it step by step, and how we at Cloud.in helps organization implement enterprise-grade security without enterprise-grade complexity. So by the end of this session, I want everyone here to leave with one clear understanding. Security should enable business growth, not slow it down. So before we begin discussing zero trust and modern security frameworks, let me quickly take a chance to introduce Cloud.in and explain who we are as an organization and why businesses trust us in their cloud transformation journey. So Cloud.in was built with a very simple and powerful vision, helping businesses adopt cloud technologies in a way that is secure, scalable, and operationally simple. Today, with more than 27 years of experience in technology and digital transformation, we work very closely with organizations to help them modernize their infrastructure, improve their security posture, and operate efficiently in a cloud-first world. So over the years, we have built strong operational capabilities across cloud management and security operations. We currently manage more than 40,000 domains, over 10,000 plus cloud resources, and protect over 8,000 endpoints while supporting 200 live workloads for customers across the industries. These numbers are not just statistics, they actually reflect the operational scale and trust our customers place in us every day. What makes us unique is that we don't operate as a cloud reseller or just an infrastructure provider. Rather, we position ourselves as a long-term strategic partner that combines cloud consulting, security operations, managed services, automation, and continuous support under one ecosystem umbrella. For many SMBs and growing organizations, managing multiple vendors for networking, security, etc., it becomes extremely complex. Our goal is to simplify that experience and provide businesses with a unified cloud and security approach. Another important differentiator is our 24/7 knock and SOC operations. Modern businesses no longer operate during office hours, and cyber threats certainly don't wait for business timings. That is why we build round the clock monitoring and response capabilities to ensure our customers remain secure and operational at all times. Now that you have an understanding of who we are, let's now look at how Cloud.in evolved over the years and how our journey aligns with the evolution of modern cloud and security technologies. So when we look at the journey of Cloud.in, it is also a reflection of how the technology landscape itself has evolved over the past 2 decades. So back when we started in 1999 with the idea of helping businesses go digital, at the time when digital transformation was still in its early stages, initially the company focused on digital advertising and online platform services, helping organizations establish their digital presence and adapt to the growing internet economy. As technology evolved, customers' expectations also changed. Businesses no longer wanted only website or digital visibility, they wanted scalable infrastructure, right? Better application performance and stronger operational resilience. Recognizing this shift early, Cloud.in strategically expanded into cloud technologies and formally partnered with AWS around 2015 and 16. However, our AWS journey was never limited to basic cloud adoption. We continuously invested in technical expertise, certifications, specialized competencies. Between 2018 and 22, we achieved several AWS competencies and service delivery recognitions across Microsoft workload, education services, and advanced cloud implementations. This actually helped us strengthen our ability to support enterprise grade workloads on the AWS infra. Right from 2023 onwards, we further expanded into areas such as migration and modernization, SMB focused cloud services, and managed security operations. We also achieved AWS SMB competency and GenAI competency recognition, which reflects our ability to support both modern cloud native workloads and emerging AI driven business transformations. So, most recently, our inclusion in the AWS MSP Partner Program demonstrates operational maturity and validates our ability to deliver secure, automated, and scalable environments. This is actually very important because today, partners who cannot only deploy cloud infrastructure but also continuously manage, secure, optimize, and modernize it. That is actually the need of these days. This journey shows how how we have involved alongside the cloud ecosystem itself, and that experience becomes extremely valuable when helping customers navigate from modern security and zero trust adoptions. I will now talk about our core competencies. As businesses continue to move towards cloud-first operation, there was a need of integrated expertise became like increasingly important. Today, organizations are no longer looking for isolated technology support. A business migrating workloads to cloud also needs security architecture, like governance framework, identity management, right? And all of these. Recognizing this reality, Cloud.in built competencies that cover the complete life cycle of cloud transformation rather than just focusing on a single area. So our competencies, they span across migration and modernization, GenAI, Microsoft workloads, SMB, education services, public sector solutions, and specifically managed services. Alongside these, we are also a recognized well-architected partner and an advanced tier solution provider within the AWS ecosystem. So one of the most important aspect of our approach is our focus around SMB and growing business. Large enterprises often have dedicated security teams and like dedicated operational centers as well. However, the SMBs usually they operate with leaner teams, and they have very limited bandwidth while still facing the same cybersecurity risk as large organizations. So because of this, our solutions are actually designed to simplify enterprise grade technologies and make them practically scalable, right, alongside affordable, so that businesses that need agility without sacrificing security. Another key area where we differentiate ourselves is in modernization. So cloud transformation today is not just about moving workloads from on-premise to cloud. It is actually about redesigning infrastructure for improving operational efficiency, automating the repetitive process that we have, and building a secure digital native foundation that can support future innovations like AI and advanced analytics. So now that we have discussed an overview of our broad competencies, let's look deeper into the technical competence capabilities and AWS services validations that enables us to implement secure and scalable cloud environment. So one of the strongest indicators of technical capability within the AWS ecosystem is the service validation. Right. These validations demonstrate that a partner has proven expertise. Successful implementations is something that they've done across specific AWS technologies. Cloud.in has achieved AWS service validation across critical services, which includes AWS WAF, Control Tower, Lambda, EKS, System Manager, AWS Config, Kinesis, and CloudFormation. So now, from a business perspective, these may appear to be technical terms, but they collectively form the foundation of modern secure infrastructure. For example, AWS WAF helps organizations protect applications against web-based attacks, such as like SQL injections and malicious traffic. Right, Control Tower helps all the organization implement governance and compliance across multi-account cloud environments. Right. Similarly, services like EKS and Lambda support modern application architectures, including containers and serverless deployment. Right. This is especially important in a zero trust environment because security today is no longer dependent on a single firewall or enterprise endpoint solution. It requires a layered architecture where identity, access control, monitoring, automation, governance, they all work simultaneously. The reason why we emphasize these service validation is because they directly translate into business confidence. So customers know that they are working with a partner capable of building cloud environments that are not only high performance but also secure, resilient, and future ready. Right. Moving ahead, now let's have a look at how Cloud.in complements these AWS capabilities through very strong technology partnerships across security and observability ecosystem. So in today's cybersecurity landscape, like no single tool or platform can solve every challenge, as I've already reiterated. Modern businesses operate across hybrid environments. Multiple applications are there, right? Remote workforces, endpoints, and distributed cloud infrastructure. Because of this, security and operations now require an ecosystem driven approach rather than isolated solutions. That's why we have actually built a strategic technology partnerships across areas such as backup and DR, cloud platforms, security solutions, like data streaming technologies. These partnerships have helped us create integrated solutions where visibility, security, backup, governance, right, and even incident response, they work together seamlessly. For example, in a modern cloud environment, monitoring infrastructure alone is not sufficient. Businesses also need visibility into user behavior, network anomalies, endpoint activities, and threat intelligence, like all together. Another major challenge that organizations face today is tool sprawl. Right. Our partnership-driven approach allows us to simplify this ecosystem and create centralized operational visibility for the customers. Like instead of managing isolated platforms, businesses can actually adopt integrated security and cloud operation models that are easier to govern and scale. This integrated support or approach rather becomes even more important when supporting customers across multiple industries because every industry brings a unique operational and security challenge. So let's now look at various industry verticals that we support and how our expertise across all the sectors strengthen our zero trust approach. So one of the biggest advantages Cloud.in brings to customers is cross-industry experience. Over the years, we have actually worked with organizations across healthcare, BFSI, edtech, manufacturing, media, entertainment, FMCG, public sector, and IT services. Each of these industries face a very different operational realities and security concerns as well. For example, if we talk about healthcare organizations focus heavily on patient data protection and regulatory compliance. Financial services companies prioritize fraud prevention and identity verification along with securing all the transactions. When you talk about media and entertainment companies, they're more concerned about content leakage and endpoint security. right? While e-commerce companies, they prioritize uptime, payment security, and even customer trust. What this means is that security cannot be approached with one size fit all sort of a model anymore. A zero trust framework for a healthcare organization may focus more on access, governance and compliance, whereas a media company may require stronger endpoint segmentation and digital right protection, right? So our experience across industries help us understand not only the technical requirements but also the business priorities behind those requirements. So another important learning that I would like to share from working across the industries is that businesses today need agility. Organizations, they want faster innovations, they want to adopt AI, support hybrid workforces, and scale digitally, but without increasing security risk and operational burden. So that brings us to the next slide where we will look at actual use cases and transformation areas where Cloud.in has supported the customers. So this slide represents the practical side of cloud transformation and security modernization. At Cloud.in, we support organization across wide range of use cases, including on-prem to cloud migration, multi-cloud, well-architected reviews, serverless deployment, DRs, business continuity, AI/ML modernization, Gen AI-based solutions, and 24 by 7 knock and SOC operations, and many more. Now, what's important here is that every one of these use cases has a security deeply embedded into it. For example, when organizations migrate workloads from on-premise environment to cloud, they are not simply shifting servers from one location to other. They're redesigning the infrastructure, redefining all the access controls, and implementing monitoring frameworks and modernizing governance models. Right. Another major focus area today is DR, and obviously for business continuity, cybersecurity is no longer only about preventing attacks. It is also about ensuring resilience and operational continuity when incidents actually occurs. Businesses now need secure backup architectures like automated recovery process and continuous monitoring to just minimize the downtime and business disruption whenever there is, something like such an attack. So we also support AI and Gen AI modernization initiatives because AI adoption is growing rapidly, as you all know, right? And it is actually growing across all the industries. However, AI-driven environments also introduce new risks related to access control, right? This is why modern security frameworks must evolve alongside modernization initiatives. So overall, when I say our approach is not simply about deploying technology, it is more about helping businesses modernize securely while reducing their operational complexity. Speaking of the simplification part, one of the biggest ways we help organization achieve this is through our product ecosystem that we have built, and obviously the managed operational platforms, which we will discuss in the next slide. Yeah. One of the key differentiators for Cloud.in is that we combine managed services and consulting experience with our internally developed operational platforms. Right. Over time, we realized that businesses struggle with fragmented visibility and disconnected monitoring tools. So our ecosystem includes AI-driven assessment platforms, centralized security monitoring solution, multi-cloud billing and management platforms, and governance and configuration control systems. These platforms actually help organizations improve their visibility across environments, like while reducing their operational overhead, obviously. So, for example, a multi-cloud billing and management platform helps organization track spending, optimize their cloud cost, and maintain visibility across multiple cloud providers, right? And even like from a centralized interface. Similarly, governance and configuration control platforms help organization enforce the security baselines and operational consistency at scale. Another important area is security operations. Businesses today require faster threat visibility, quicker remediation, and centralized security monitoring, right? So our platforms are designed to integrate monitoring and visibility and operational workflows so that customers can respond to incidents more efficiently. This becomes especially valuable for SMBs because many organizations do not have large in-house security operations team and like dedicated engineering resources. So by combining services with operational platforms, we help customers access these enterprise-grade operational capabilities without building everything internally. So now that we've discussed the technology ecosystem and operational platforms which are in-house, let's now move on to one of the most critical areas of for modern businesses, the managed services and continuous operations. So as organizations adopt cloud technologies, one of the biggest challenges they face is operational complexity. Managing cloud infrastructure, applications, security, compliances, and like performance optimization simultaneously can become a very difficult and a tedious sort of a task, especially for lean IT teams. This is where Cloud.in's managed services model becomes extremely valuable. So our managed services are designed to help organizations achieve faster cloud adoption, improve the security posture, and optimize cloud performance while reducing their internal operational burden. Right. Through a managed services approach, businesses benefit from continuous infrastructure management, monitoring, right, and security compliance support. We also focus heavily on automation, right, enabling the organizations to achieve up to 97% of automated operations with 24 by 7 monitoring. Right now, this automation is important. Why? Because modern IT environments, they generate enormous operational workloads. Without automation and centralized monitoring, teams often spend more reacting to incidents rather than innovating or improving business's process. Another major area where managed services can create value is security operations. So businesses today face continuous cyber threats, but many organizations do not have the resources to maintain a dedicated 24 by 7 SOC internally. Our managed model helps organizations access enterprise grade monitoring, incidents response, and like all the compliance capabilities without building those functions from scratch in house. Right. Most importantly, the managed services philosophy aligns perfectly with the core theme of today's session, which is zero trust, zero complexity. So the goal is not just to increase security, the goal is to simplify operations while continuously improving visibility and resilience. This creates a perfect transition into the next section of the presentation, right, where we begin discussing why traditional perimeters based security models are failing and businesses why, I mean, they should now move on towards a zero trust architecture. So over to you, Rutuja.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible, Gagan?
Yes, you are audible. You can share your screen now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Gagan. So, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you all for joining the today's session. I am Rutuja Chaudhary. I am a cloud consultant at Cloud.in. And today we are going to discuss a topic that is becoming extremely important for every businesses today, which is security in a modern cloud and remote working era. Now, if we look at how the businesses operated in few years ago, things were very different actually. Most employees work from offices, then applications were hosted inside the company's data center. Security is mainly focused on protecting the office network and perimeter. But today, businesses are operating in a completely different environment. So applications are moving to the cloud, employees are working remotely, then teams are accessing the system from different locations and devices. Businesses operations are becoming more digital and connected. And while all this flexibility helps the businesses to grow faster, it also increases the security risk. So today, attackers are not only targeting the servers or data centers, they actually target the users, password, remote access, cloud applications, and even the simple human mistakes. And this is where the traditional security approaches starts falling. Because older security models were designed for the world where everything exists inside a one office network. But today, there is no fixed perimeter anymore. That is why the businesses now need a modern approach called zero trust security. Now, don't worry, today's session is not going to be highly technical. Our goal today is simplify to concept of understanding that why zero trust is becoming important, how businesses can adopt it practically, and how SMBs improve security without increasing the complexity and operational burden. So, moving forward, we will see before starting the zero trust, let us first understand why businesses need this shift. So earlier, security was mainly focused on protecting the office boundary or perimeter. Employees worked inside offices. Applications were hosted internally, and businesses trusted users once they entered to the office network. But today, the business's environment has completely changed. Operations now involve around the cloud applications, distributed system, remote works, and internet-based collaboration. Employees today work from offices while traveling, from client side, and also sometimes from the personal devices. This means that businesses no longer have a fixed parameter to protect. So the next is the friction. The like traditional security tools were designed for the older infrastructure model, they were not built for the cloud first environments or hybrid network models, and also the remote access requirement. So we will see what it will impact. So many SMBs have small IT teams and limited security resources. Because of this, many security incidents remain undetected for the long time. Sometimes as simple as stolen a credentials or a phishing email can create a major damage before anyone noticed. And finally, moving to the risks. So every new cloud application, every new employee device, and every remote connection increase the organization attack surface. That means the businesses today are far more exposed to the cyber threats than before. So moving forward, we will see the security, how we can secure the modern businesses. So now let's understand the major security challenges that businesses are facing today. So first is expanding threats. So attackers today are much more advanced than before. They use automations and AI-based technologies to target the business at scale. Sometimes fake emails or login pages look almost identical to the genuine company portals. This makes it difficult for the employees to identify threats. Then the second challenge is the vulnerabilities. So many security breaches happens because of the simple human mistakes like weak password, clicking suspicious links, sharing sensitive information, or downloading the malicious files. Even one small mistake can become the entry point for the attackers. Then the third point is perimeter failure. So today's employees work remotely and access the application from everywhere. Because of this, depending on only on the office firewalls is no longer effective. The office network is no longer the center for the business operation. And finally, moving to the reactive reality. Many SMBs realize there has been a breach only after a system stopped working, data get leaks, or the customer information get compromised. At that stage, recovery become extremely expensive and time consuming. So we will introducing a zero trust, where firstly we the answer is zero trust. The answer is zero trust security, which is the zero trust follows one simple principle like never trust, always firstly verify. Now let us understand the important concept. Like first concept is always verify. Every user, every device, and every access request must be verified before access is allowed. Then the second concept is identify first. Like traditional security trusted users inside office networks, but zero trust focuses on the identity verification instead. It checks who the user is, whether the login is genuine, or whether the request looks suspicious. Then the third point is contextual access. Like access decisions are based on multiple factors such as device health, then login location, then user behavior, and access timing. And the final is the continuous trust. Like verification is not only done only during the login. The system continuously monitors the activities throughout the session. Let's take an example. Like if an employee is usually logging from the Pune office during the office hours, but suddenly there is a login attempt from the another country at late night, the system can immediately detect the suspicious activity and block the access. Then we will see how cloud.in helps the businesses to adapt the zero trust. So The first step is inventory and classification. Businesses need the visibility into users, devices, application, and critical business data. Because organization cannot secure the assets they cannot identify properly. Then the second step is multi-factor authentication. Like MFA adds an additional verification layer beyond password. Even if your password is compromised, attackers still cannot easily access systems. Then the third point is endpoint and network protection, where every connected device like laptops, servers, mobiles, cloud workloads needs proper protection and monitoring. Network segmentation also helps to prevent the attackers from moving freely across system. Then the fourth point is the continuous monitoring and response, where security teams continuously monitor the user activity, device behavior, network traffic, and suspicious events. This helps businesses to detect and respond to the threat much faster. Then we will see how cloud.in transform the business's security across the industries. So first is the healthcare. So, healthcare organizations often face a delayed threat detection and manual access management challenges. After implementing AI, then continuous monitoring and SOC support, they improve the response time and reduce the security incidents significantly. Then the next is e-commerce. So, e-commerce businesses deals with fraud attempts, fake logins, and checkout security risk with zero trust and access and web protection. So, fraud attempts reduces and customer trust improved during the transaction. Now, the education technologies. Like educational platform manage multiple users groups like students, teacher, administrators, and external users also. Without the role-based access control, unauthorized access become common. So identify first security help to improve the platform stability and access management. Then the fintech. In fintech industry, the organization handles the highly sensitive customers and financial information like strong IAM, encryption, and continuous monitoring help to reduce the breach risk and improve the compliance readiness. Then finally, the media and entertainment. These organizations often struggle with the content leaks, then unauthorized sharing, and a weak endpoint security. Device protection and the network segmentation improve the content security significantly. Then we will see a step by step zero trust journey for the maximum ROI by cloud.in. So, one important thing businesses should understand is that the zero trust is not implemented overnight. So in this slide, we will see the phased approach for the security. Like phase one, which will focus on the identity foundation. This includes the strong identity verification, centralized authentication, MFA deployment, and identity governance. Then this phase gives the immediate visibility and a quick security improvement. Then phase two, which is access control and refinement, which focuses on the organization improvement like least privilege access, context aware policies, then micro segmentation and monitoring. At this stage, businesses achieve a stronger control with a better experience. Then the phase 3, which is comprehensive zero trust. This phase includes the continuous verification, automation, security ecosystem integration, and the enterprise-wide security controls. This stage delivers the maximum ROI and long-term operational transformation. For example, think of it like a securing a building. Like firstly you secure the main entrance, then you define who can access which room, and finally you automate the surveillance, alerts, and monitoring system. It's like that. Then moving forward, we have our own in-house product which is Rudra Sentinel. So Rudra Sentinel is designed to simplify the security operations for the businesses. Today, security teams often use the multiple disconnected tools and dashboards. This creates the operational complexity and delayed response time. But Rudra Sentinel helps to unify the log monitoring, threat detection, vulnerability scanning, patch management into one centralized platform. This improves the visibility, reduces the operational overhead, and helps the businesses to respond faster for the security threats. The platform helps organizations to strengthen overall security posture and while simplifying the daily operations. On the left side, you can see the Rudra Sentinel's dashboard interface. This dashboard gives you a security team's centralized visibility into the entire environment. Instead of checking multiple tools separately, the team can monitor everything from one place. Discussing about the second stage, which is detection. Here, the platform identifies the suspicious activity such as the abnormal logins, malware behavior, unusual traffic, or the unauthorized access attempts. Then, the third stage is analysis. Once a threat is detected, the system analyzes how critical the threat is, which systems are impacted, and what businesses risk it creates. So this helps the security teams to prioritize the incident properly. Then the fourth stage is response. At this stage, the immediate action can be taken, such as blocking access, isolate device, then applying policies, or stopping the malicious activity. And finally, the fifth stage is recovery and management. After resolving the incident, the organization improves the security controls and strengthens the monitoring to prevent the similar attacks in a future. And then the cycle continues again. This continuous life cycle helps the businesses to move from reactive security to proactive security. Then, moving forward, we have integrated managed services. So, security is not only about the tools, it's about the continuous operational support. So this slide explains our integrated managed services approach. Like on the SOC side, we provide the 24 by 7 monitoring, incident response, threat detection, vulnerability management, web security, SIM or SOAR operations. Then on the NOC side, we help businesses with the networking, firewall management, then internet connectivity, routing, infrastructure management, and operational support. For SMBs, this becomes extremely valuable because organizations get enterprise level support without building large internal teams. This improves the uptime, response speed, operational efficiency, and overall infrastructure today. So,
Thank you,
okay.
Rituja.
So far, we have discussed about that why modern businesses need zero trust, how threats are evolving, and how organization can gradually build a stronger security framework. Now, to take this discussion further, I would like to invite
Thanks, Rituja. Uh, yeah, I hope I'm audible, everyone. Yeah. So, as we conclude today's session, I would like to summarize why this conversation matters right now. So, businesses today cannot rely on legacy security with reactive monitoring or perimeter-based thinking anymore. Modern businesses these days need zero trust implementation, continuous monitoring, identity first security, secure remote access, cloud first security frameworks, and compliance ready operations. And most importantly, they need simplicity. So, what makes Cloud.in different is that we don't just provide cloud deployment, we actually combine cloud consulting, managed services, security operations, automation, governance, and business transformation. So this all is actually integrated into a one service model. That's especially valuable for all the SMBs because most businesses these days do not want five vendors, 10 dashboards, and disconnected support teams. They want one trusted partner. And that's exactly where Cloud.in positions itself. So, thank you everyone for your time today. I hope this session has actually helped simplify the concept of zero trust and showed how businesses can adopt stronger security without operational burden. So, at Cloud.in, our goal is very simple: just to help the businesses innovate securely, scale confidently, and operate resiliently. So, thank you once again. We would now be happy to take any of your questions if there are any.
Thank you, Gagan. Thank you, Rituja. That was indeed insightful session. I will request all to put up your question or submit your question in the chat box. In the meantime, all the attendees are requested to scan the QR code on the screen and share your feedback regarding the webinar. There are no questions so far, Gagan and Rutuja. I think.
Thank you, Monica. Team, we are always available, over an email or a phone call. So just in case if there are any questions, please feel free to reach out to either me or Rituja or even Monica for that matter, right? And we'll always be there to support you. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining the session once again, and looking forward to see you at the next session. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all for joining. We are wrapping up now.